Now, Mr. Odba, you are the head of the academy yourself. What kind of incentive or help do you think SMEs would need at this point of time?
Money, cash. Let's talk about, okay, I agree with Dr. Ahmed when he said that registration, the process, that should be quicker. I mean, now we're 2022, and you're gonna take for somebody until he get a license, maybe 6-7 months, okay? And let's see, like ROP, you can get your now ID in 5 minutes.
True.
Okay, why other government that don't adopt the same system as well? Okay, because the 6 months for you, for government or for any, I mean, license provider, does not mean anything. But for SMEs, you're gonna spend money on the rent, spend money on the labor, spend money in electricity. So that's fully money is going on. Okay, I believe now this is the right time for the government to cut down a lot of process which no longer require, okay, to let those people walk, open up the shops, pump the money in the market. Okay, I'm a believer of free market. So pump the money in the market, let the market itself reshape it. Okay, new business will come. Okay, new thinking will come. Okay. And our only thing is give a loan, okay, without interest, okay, that's been done before. Okay, the culture of been done before, let's be frank, been done before through RFA. It was a small amount of money, but also what the impact of that one. Until now, we don't know. Okay, so when you talk about a business, it's a business. It's not a charity to give money for somebody, take the money and open up. No, it's a business because that money at the end is people money, government money. Take the money, okay, do a business, reshape yourself, build up your organization, okay. That time, what, like, compare us with the American, okay, of course, they give a loan with a small interest, okay. So the market itself will reshape, the market itself will bring new business, will generate money. Okay, but if you're gonna limit the market on the type or something, the market will still over there. And I agree with Ahmed regarding oil company, how they help, because they have the concept of in-country value. Okay, when we implement in-country value concept to other sector, 100% SMEs will benefit. The ICV, like you can see in oil and gas, a lot of SMEs benefit from the ICV concept. Okay, the product, the service, the lot. Okay, the question now is other sector, why we don't do the ICV? Okay, it was a lot of big effort from Oman Authority investment, okay, for them to activate the ICV in their all companies, which I hope it will be one of the first steps which can accelerate the SMEs. So I think it will be really good, okay, if the concept of ICV implement, I'm talking about really implement, not only talking, because now we have the 10%, but out of 10% of the contract from different sector, how many SME they benefit from that? Until now, we don't have any record. Okay, so for me, I think to make SMEs benefit, we need to implement ICV, similar like oil and gas sector, or much more.
Right. Now, Mr. Odba, you mentioned that money, and Dr. Ahmed also somehow mentioned money and, interest-free loan. Do you think that this is one of the major reservations for people now starting or even planning to have their own business in the country?
See, when you talk about the difference between entrepreneurship and a business, entrepreneur and a business, okay, businessmen require money to start the business. Entrepreneur require idea and way of think to start the business. So what we require right now, man, we require idea and somebody willing to take that one. But that idea and willing for time, short time, after that you're going to require money. Okay? So we have good example in the market for people who start with a small amount of money, but they take correct measurement, okay, to build the company. Until now, Like you can hear of Dubai, a lot of SME, small company that turn to medium company. Okay, here in Oman, when we open up a small company, it will take longer time compared to other international standards to become a medium company. And a medium company is going to take, I don't know, to become a large company. Okay, so the question is how we can make our small company move to be a medium.
Right.
Okay, so you can let new startup in the business to become a small. Okay, so that's a challenge, or the challenge we have to start working on that now.
Right. Dr. Ahmed, in your opinion, what are the reservations that you are seeing with people starting their own businesses or SMEs right now?
Actually, it's look like they incubated. When you have that, that means that you have people whom they are skilled with someone who have money and a trainer who have the knowledge to teach this kind. The incubated can help in this, and it can start in the schools itself. So if we could actually start putting this kind of incubated in the universities, in the college, and then maybe with the Utbah's academy, and this kind of behavior is there and it becomes a culture that whenever you need to do a business, you have to actually to use these ways or this roadmap, and then you will become a businessman. Where we find, for example, those entrepreneurs whom they came from business families, they are different than the others, and they are much more successful than the others. Maybe because these incubator are available in the house itself, and it built it there. Therefore, you will find them different than the others. I think we have to find out how we could do this in the schools, in the universities, in college, and then we encourage people to do the business, I mean a freelance business or whatever. Without that, you will find people just, I mean, maybe he slipped and he find a dream that he is a businessman, then the next day he will start asking for fund and so on. We have to change this mood. It's not the way. Actually, the philosophy itself was a little bit wrong. In the past, we was looking for entrepreneurs and for the small and medium enterprises whom they want to start business. Those are job hunters. So rather than we have to find a job for him, we will give him opportunity to doing business. And this is the wrong way. I mean, to do a business is different than the person he is looking for a job and you are asking him to do business.
Right.
This is what we actually mixed up things, and therefore we are in a big problem right now.
Right. And
Just to add
yes,
something
please.
what you said, in Oman, our culture always said like, study hard so you can get a good job. so you grow up, you just study hard to get a good job. So they're limited thinking on getting the job, not
Right.
about other things.
Right, so you don't think out of the box then.
No, never.
You know that you have to just get a job and that's about it.
Yeah, study hard, go to college, finish college, get a job. Okay,
Yes.
so when he mentioned about home incubator,
Yes.
that's a mentality which is gonna open up your mind. There's a lot of things instead of, rather than just what is called get a job. So you can do other things as well. Okay, we have very good experience with the college and university regarding entrepreneurship club or business club. Okay, like since the start of SMEF 2014, we help a lot of colleges to create their own clubs. Okay, so those clubs work as mind change for those students on just creating the business instead of waiting for the job. And alhamdulillah, we had a very good examples, or themselves they're working out. Okay, and also the type of regulation. Like before, we don't have angel investment, crowd investment. Now, they allow crowd investment, which one Malaysian company been granted up a license to start crowd investment. So this type of tools will help start it up getting, because not any startup can go to the bank, because when you talk about a loan from bank to get, you require a lot of guarantee, require a lot of this on this one, and they don't have the money to pay that by themselves. So when we start like angel investment, crowd investment, this will help ideas to grow to be a business.
Right. You know, I remember you mentioned about graduates and then home incubator. Do you think some of the reasons for the business or SMEs not being successful in the country is also because of this mentality? Like sometimes, you know, a graduate just walking out of the university and thinks about, you know, I'm going to come up with this business, and does not have a certain experience to actually make that business grow into a medium enterprise. Do you think that is also one of the reasons that business opens here and then they close down, Dr. Ahmed?
Look, the way which we learn our, youth generation, little bit, we could say it's not healthy. Students, when they are students, they think when they graduate from the university, they are ready to work in any place.
A manager. Yeah, sometimes.
And whenever they come to the job, they said we have to get a trainee because we don't know. How comes? I mean, you have to train yourself in something, and then you have to find a job for yourself in that area which you are, a professional. I think we have to have the learning skills. Learning skills is not available in our community. It's available with the families more than in a community altogether. I mean, some families it's available so they are the discipline is different, the working way is different, the behave is different. So therefore, they are much more, to do business and to success from that, because they know the way, they have the skills, and they will start their journey from that day when they graduate. Some of people, I understand, they send their, sons to UK, to maybe Malaysia, to whatever, to work in factories there. And they are rich, and they have business here in Oman. But they said, if you will stay here, you will feel that you are a boss.
Yeah,
entitled. So you have to go to these countries, work in a factory, and after 1 or 2 years you come back. Just to learn how people is doing the business, how they are doing this job.
Right.
We have actually to change this kind of environment. You have to study, and then you have to graduate, you have to find a job, and if you are not doing that, then the government itself has to find a job for you or to pay you. And because the families itself, they didn't have these incubators.
Yes.
And then these schools also, there is a lack of these kind of activities. And then when he came to the universities, some of them, maybe they have these incubators, but not all of them.
Yeah.
Right. So it's basically, Dr. Ahmed, like one has to start from scratch to get to a certain point in life.
Of course, to do a business.
Yes.
And as you said, even if you want to do digitalization, digital service or digital business is not just the easy business. You know how to work with your what you call it, mobile. Then you become a person who can deal with in digital, maybe you will lose everything.
Absolutely, you're right.
There is a logics, there is behaviors, there is a lot of things have been, we have to put it in our new generation. Then I think we will get a good outcome from that.
Inshallah, inshallah.
And
Mr. Udba?
yeah, just to add as well, because also we need to little bit change mentality, because always when you talk about the story of entrepreneur, we said, okay, he built this, he built this, he built this. Okay, that's why now he's a millionaire and this one.
Right.
But we don't talk about how many times he failed, how many projects he lost. Okay, I know somebody here maybe more than 10 projects. Okay, he lost and he closed down until the last project success.
Right.
Okay, so this type is not a failure, doesn't mean that you're a loser.
Yes.
It's a learning process. Okay, I failed because I didn't know this one, so I'll do the second one. I already learned from here to jump there. Okay, is failure, always I can say for me is opportunity to learn, to improve. So when we start talking to the people, it's not only about his success, one, this and this. Nobody just coming up with idea and suddenly he become what is called big company. No, there's a lot of challenge, especially when talking about the business. Okay, there's a lot of challenge, and one of the, the skill that require any businessman, patience and willingness. If he's patient and he's willing to work hard on his business, he'll succeed regardless of whatever things. But if I said, okay, I'll do this one tomorrow itself, it's going to be generating money, and this one, nothing will come. Also regarding why I said change mentality, our time in the school, we had something, we call it مقصف. Okay? يمكن I think
جمعية ولا مقصف.
yeah. So what's
a small shop in the school.
Yeah, the canteen.
In the canteen.
Yeah.
So what they used to do before, like you pay 200 paisa, 1 rial, like you buy and share.
Yes.
Okay? At the end of the year, that rial can come back 10 rial, can come back 20 rial. So we implement the seed of business from beginning. So that type of things, yes, it's very small and this one, but really, for myself, I used to sell, by the way, in the Maqsad, the content. Okay, so I learned a lot from there. Okay, like, okay, sell shawarma, buy this, okay. These things is giving the mentality of business. Okay, like you don't need to teach somebody or student how to do business. Let them do.
Yes.
Okay, even our kids and this one, okay, let them do something so you can give them something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like Dr. Ahmed said initially that this should be implemented at school, college, university level to help understand the students like how you can go about doing a successful business.
Not forgetting that larger company now, the mega company right now, started out from college and university. You talk about Facebook, Google, whoever, started out from college and university. Okay, so those that didn't just think about it, no, they thought what the challenge, they have it up and slowly built it up, their company to become that way. A lot of company in Oman as well started up directly after people finish up. Some of them that don't have even a degree or something, which they own good company and much better clever because they have that mentality of business.
Right.
Okay, so which type of skill, it will be difficult to identify, okay, which type of really of skills required to be success. Okay, fail, you learn yourself what the best concept that you can implement to be success, okay? But to teach somebody to be success is impossible.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. It's a very, very valid point. You have to teach them about failure too. You cannot just tell them like you try the first time and you'll have success. I mean, success comes with failure if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Now, we're talking about SMEs. I'm really enjoying how the conversation is going around. Do you think currently people are very hesitant to actually have their own startup and they're more inclined towards joining public and private sector because it's more stable, you get monthly salary, so there is no loss or there is no failure involved. Do you think, Dr. Ahmed, that this is one of the things that you're also seeing currently?
Yeah, you can't see it. I mean, it's open for a person who start his business to find another job. It's open. I mean, the market itself is open. If you are working in a private sector and you want to find a job in the government, it's allowed, so it's open. But as I show you, the number have been increased for the new SMEs in the Riyadh from last year to till now 35% have been increased. So this means that yes, there is people whom they are encouraged to do their own business. I hope that this generation is a little bit different than those whom they was in the past, because they have this passion, they have this, and they have this, what you call it, الرغبة,
willingness.
يعني to do this business, and this is very important. They have to be, as Akba said, willingness and patient, and I think they can do better than what it has been in the past.
Absolutely. Mr. Oda, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree fully with him. When you talk about new generation, they have access, they have the knowledge which wasn't available before.
Yes.
Okay, and you can see, like, if you go to any exhibition, one, young generation themselves, which they use it up different, tools. We're talking about technology, food, service. Okay, which themselves they can create a business. Okay, and we have a lot of examples. The only thing which really required right now is just to release, we can say that, the license process, the process for them to go away.
Right.
Okay, to be bigger, to get the money. Okay, let them fight in the market. I mean, that's the market is. Okay, and the better one will sustain. Okay, but let them go. For us, our job is to open the door. Okay, you go wherever you want to go, or you do whatever you want to do, because at the end, the answer for your success or failure to be the market themselves.
Right.
Okay, nobody else. So the government job, I think right now, is really important, just to open up the door. Okay, you want to do a business, these are licenses, go. Of course, there's a safety thing, there's a lot of things, but that's all process can be done very quick. Okay, so our job right now is just to open the door.
Yes.
Let the young generation go and do their own business. And mashallah, I mean, we can see a lot of now, like if you go to an exhibition, I think majority of them, the young generation, which have all different things.
Yeah. I totally forgot to ask you that the SMEs that we're talking about, what kind of businesses or what kind of ideas majority people are coming up? Is it just food related? Is it, like technology based? How are you seeing the market right now, Dr. Ahmed?
It's mixed with everything. I mean, but the only problem what we see is competing each other. I mean, if they will do this bakhur,
yes.
So you will find maybe 6, 7 of them doing the same business, and they are not completing things. For example, if I do this, then someone could do the perfumes, the other one will do that, another type of bukhurs, and then we could join together and have that business. No, the same person doing the same things. And this is the problem. We are trying actually to just motivate them and try to change their way of thinking. That if in the same region you have a shop and it's not fully, crowded, then you don't need actually to open another shop the same for the same business. I don't know when it comes, but it has to be like that. I mean, I have to do a study of that business in that region, in that area, and then the outcomes will help me to do that business in that time on that place.
Absolutely.
Where all sectors are open for them and they are doing a different type of businesses.
Absolutely. You know, Dr. Ahmed, now that you mentioned, like if a certain business opens, there is a line of the similar business. I see that in barber and tailor shop, like one opens, there is a whole line of the similar business. So like you said, I think market research is very, very important before coming up, even if it's a small business, even if it's a card business. I think market research is very essential here. What do you think, Mr. Otba?
It's 100% because when you talk about business opportunity, it's always come from either to need and want of society, of that area of the country. If you don't identify the need and want, okay, you cannot have the business opportunity. So when we see right now, there is already somebody cover that want for that area, okay, which is maximum. And then it will be, instead of one grabbing that opportunity, it will be like 10 grabbing the same opportunity, okay? So we always say that a trends market, or fashion market, okay? We saw this one, burger, we saw kunafa, we saw karakti, we saw salons. So everybody jumping up to the one window or one door instead of looking what the real need and want other than which been provided.
Exactly.
Okay, so instead of all of us compete for one customer, okay, let 10 customers compete for one product or service. So 100% we need to search what the product and service need and want of the market before jump it up.
Absolutely,
That's
absolutely.
it.
Now, I had to ask you, Bo, that during this time period, was there any kind of help or provision given from, let's say, OCCI to the people who are registered with your organization, or any kind of help or subsidy given to help, to help them survive during this period?
Of
Dr.
course,
Ahmed?
there was some initiatives like establishment of the CSR fund to support the sector. I'm talking about the private sector. There was the donate for job security fund. There was the, some kind of, meetings to reduce the number of employees. For those companies whom they was suffering, and to reduce from the workplace. We did a different type of studies in the last period, and there is a lot of outcomes. Actually, we send it to the government, we send it to His Majesty's office, and there is the results. Actually, there is the results are coming in the different sectors. One of them, the logistics sector, for example. From the beginning, we said don't touch the logistics sector, for example. Whenever you touch this sector, means the inflation will goes up, the prices will goes up. Yeah. But of course, they have maybe their own ideas or opinions. Then they touch that sector, and now we are asking actually the government to stop whatever the regulations or whatever regulations they took. They have to stop that. We are asked, and His Majesty actually heard us when he asked the government to reduce the fees in different ministries. I believe if we will move in the same way but faster,
yes,
and find out the right environment which keeps us compete with the other countries, with our neighbor countries, it could benefit and will encourage anyone to do business in Oman. Of course, we are in a big problem where you have a big and large country with a number of 4 or 5 millions. We need actually more than 10 million people just to cover what we have in our development have been happening in this country. So it's not easy to find buildings in Gala or in Ma'bela, in a different part of the country are empty. because of this lack of population.
Right.
And at the same time, we have actually to open the country and to keep all sectors working and get jobs for these, unemployments, youth. I believe the economy will make a difference if we will, and this we have been already witnessed in the time after 2012, if you remember. From 2012 to 2016, there was a booming
Yes.
of everything because of those jobs which was in the country.
Right. Mr. Odba, continuing with the same question, was there any sort of provision or help given to the SMEs?
Just to explain, Oman SME Academy is part of INMA. Okay, and in MA we have as well SMEF. SMEF is about financial or finance SMEs. So what we did during the COVID, until last week, we give a loan, I think almost 103 million real Oman to SMEs. Okay, so deferment, we defer the loans depending on their request. SMEs. So we defer the loans, okay, keep them for 6 months, some of them 1.5 years. Okay, then we pay an installment just to keep them going. Okay, plus as well, we have something we call subsidy, return of interest for them. Okay, we keep doing this one until now we're doing that, but only with SMEs who took a loan from INMA. Okay, regarding Oman Academy, we did some program with SMEs who had loan with us, just to keep them going, or training how they can handle the challenge of financial, okay, and as well for them to get a contract from different organization of this one,
Right.
just to keep them going. Okay, this we're doing up through our organization or through individual who working with in our organization.
Right.
Yeah.
I know I have taken a lot of your time, and it's Ramadan. I know that you both are fasting. So I am going to end this topic for now, but I would really like you both to actually give a piece of advice to the SMEs out there, who are planning, who are intending, or even, who are suffering with their business right now, just to give them a ray of hope. Dr. Ahmed?
Of course, it's evening time now in Ramadan, so we have to drink water. It's not fasting, and I believe the message is to our SMEs to be patient in this time, find out different solutions where it could help them in these circumstances, in this situation, and find out, the institutions like Academia or Chamber of Commerce and the others to help them, recover from all of these through different kind of programs. And we have actually to ask the government and the big companies to incubate these SMEs, find out a way to sit together, find out what kind of business is available in the country, so these SMEs could actually find ways to work with them. We have actually to put a percentage from each company for the SMEs, and we have actually to find a way which keeps each number of companies in each sector. It's involved in that sector and it's already listed, and it is there in the machine, like in the oil and gas sector.
Yes.
So I know in the mining sector, for example, who is doing this kind of business. In the logistics sector, who is doing, it has to be listed and known for the others. So I know that Fulan al-Fulani is doing this kind of business, so I could actually help him and give him some businesses. I believe we have to use whatever available, the information, the media. This is one of the, things which could help the the community, the SMEs through this talk show.
Right.
So I believe we have to work all together and especially the dialogue, which I was focusing on it.
Absolutely, Doctor. Yes, Mr. Odba, any piece of advice?
The only advice I can give to SME owners is just to look for the different type of opportunity which is available in the market. Minimize the cost, increase your revenue pipeline. How are you going to do? Nobody except you, because you're only one who know your capability of SME, your company, your people, and also the market. The market is too big. It's not limit for one pipeline of revenue or other.
Right.
Okay, and we can take example of McDonald's. When they started up, it's just why we selling a lot of product. We focus on one product, we can generate more revenue, which is burgers, soft drink, and chips. Can sell other products. Okay, this the way will make us sustain. So always cut the cost if it's possible. Look for the ways to increase the pipeline of revenue. Okay, that's the only advice that I can give.
Thank you so much, Mr. Odban. Thank you so much, Dr. Ahmed, for joining us.
Welcome.
It was indeed a very, very informative, chat with both of you. It was a pleasure to host you both on our show today.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. For more interesting videos and updates, stay tuned and keep watching TTV.